All right, y'all. Sunday, it's a rest day. So what I'm gonna do today is kind of just film my meals for the day, just kind of so you guys can see what I do on my bulk. What I'll do is I'll go pick up the stuff, film each meal, and with each meal, I'll kind of show you the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fats of each meal, and then kind of just add it up at the end and have it all on the screen for y'all guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the grocery store, and I'll catch y'all guys there. All right, guys. So I just finished getting everything from the grocery store. I'm gonna go ahead and go over all the items with you guys and kind of tell you why I got them and whatnot. First thing I got was some isolate protein. This stuff is really good on both cuts and bulks. I don't care what anybody says. Bulks, I'll eat this with pretty much every meal. Cuts, I'll use it as like my breakfast. I'll do like 2 scoops, what's it called? Some Greek yogurt and some fruit. Put in the blender, just blend it all up. Boom. That's like a high density protein breakfast, and it keeps you filled, in my opinion. So always a go-to for me. Next thing I got was these carb balanced tortillas. These are awesome. I also use these on both my cuts and my bulks. They're 70 calories, but they got like 6 grams of protein in the small ones. The big ones, they have like 10 grams of protein. Also has 19 grams of carbs and only like 3.5 grams of fat. Really simple, really solid. Exactly what I'm looking for. The next thing I got, because it was a manager special, I got it for $5. Was this these steak tips. And what I plan on doing is just making some like steak tip tacos and just eating the fuck out of those shits because that sounds good as hell. But yeah, once again, let's just check it out. We got 6 grams of fat, not too bad. Protein is 22 grams. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. High protein, medium to low fat. That's what I always try to do for all my foods. Next thing I got is I'm probably gonna eat this the steak tip tacos when I make them, but I got some sushi too. Sushi, I love sushi. I think you can't go wrong with sushi, especially like when you're bulking. It's literally protein and carbs. It's literally muscle builders and gas. So like you can't go wrong with that shit, man. Another solid ass pick that I love to do. Next and finally, but not least, I just got like a big ass fillet of salmon. This shit is always good. Fish is slept on a lot. I feel like fish is amazing. It's 27 grams. You got 8 grams of carbs and 320 calories. This is only 320 calories, so I compare this with a bunch of other shit if I really wanted to. Oh yeah, we're solid. We're set. But yeah, so I'm gonna get back to the house and I'll probably cook up breakfast. I'm thinking like doing eggs and something. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. But I'll see you guys there. All right, y'all. Plan of attack for this meal. We're gonna do French toast, eggs, and cereal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything made and ready for y'all so we can see. But this is a super simple meal, and I feel like a lot of people can do it. They just really don't know how to. Because French toast, one of the easiest things you can make in the world. All French toast is you put some eggs in a bowl and you mix them up so that the yolk breaks, and then you dip bread into the eggs on each side so that they're covered in that egg residue. And then once you do that, you put them on the top of a pan and you just let the sides cook with the egg on it. And then afterwards, you can put like cinnamon on there. You can put uh, powdered sugar. You can do whatever the hell you want to. So I'll probably just do like 4 or 5 eggs in here, just so we can get everything. Just so we can get make sure that we have enough egg for the French toast. And then after we do that, whatever we have left out of the bowl, I'll just make that into scrambled eggs. There's four. We'll do one more. And but yeah, I mean, we all know how everybody feels about eggs when it comes to like uh the gym, like bodybuilding and whatnot. It's like a go-to. So I'm no different when it comes to in that aspect. You know, as long as you're getting your protein intake, I feel like that's all that really matters. It doesn't really matter where it comes from necessarily. So if I want to put a little extra pizzazz on my eggs and make it in the French toast, why the hell not, you know? I'll turn this on. I did not. Let that shit cook. Mix these yolks up. We'll make sure that the yolks are completely broken though, and because you don't want to have like weird ass like yolk clumps. It should look literally like a bowl of yellow. See if I can get that on the camera. See, bowl of yellow. Boom. All right, y'all. That's good. I just gotta wait for the pan to heat up. So I'll be back when that happens. All right, y'all. The pan is now heated. We're gonna hit with that non-stick spray. Boom, boom. Let's get this shit going. Go ahead and get this over here for now. Bread. Be great if the bread would come off. Hold tie. There we go. Boom. Let's get into it. I think I'm only gonna do like 3 pieces of French toast because I got more in this meal that I have other than this, so I don't want to get super filled off the bread. Here, here. That's a good sizzle. Turn that down a little bit. Here we go. I'm gonna do like 2 pieces at a time. I feel like I can fit that on here. But as you guys can see, it's literally turned the whole piece of bread yellow. I hope you guys got that. If not, I apologize. There we go. I'm gonna let this sit for a second. And yeah. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and try to flip this shit over now. See how it is. Got stuck, hold on. But yeah. And the only thing I'm gonna add to the French toast after it's out and done is, I'm trying to find it. This ground cinnamon right here. That's all I'm adding to it. Just put a little bit on top of each one. Load them shits onto a plate with a little bit of syrup. Can't go wrong with Miss Buttersworth. So that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on the table so I can just do that afterwards. So I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But hell yeah. Another thing about French toast, super quick fix too. All you gotta do is let it sit for maybe like a minute max each side. Just keep flipping it until you feel like it is ready to your taste. Some people like it a little more crunchy, a little more crisp. I think I'm like right in the middle when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, ooh yeah, these pieces are looking real good. See if I can bring it over here so you guys can see. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but breakfast food is like my favorite food, and I feel like it's I don't know. It's weird because I feel like breakfast food low key should be like dessert if you really think about it. Because pancakes, what are pancakes usually put with? You can put like syrup on it, which is sweet on its own. But when you want to be extra with it, you could put like fucking frosting on it. People do Nutella. People do peanut butter. Um, you know what I mean? You go to IHOP, one of the fucking main things that they're promoting is like birthday pancakes, bro. It's literally like it's literally sweets. Pancake. Cake is in the name, right? What's something else that's really good for breakfast time? Bro, parfaits. Parfaits are gas too. Don't sleep on parfaits because they're really good. You put Greek yogurt in, some oats, and then like some fruit of your choice, bro. Oh my god, that shit smashes. So damn good. All right, yeah. I think these are about done. Grab me a plate and finish up with this last one that I have to cook, and then I'll start cooking the eggs. Now the eggs, I love eggs with cheese. I don't know about y'all. And my favorite cheese to put on pretty much just about anything is pepper jack. Pepper jack and mozzarella are like my two favorite things. They go hand in hand for me. All right, here we go. Put a little more of this non-stick just in case. Better be safe than sorry, you know what I mean? Boom. Yeah, so it looks like we're about to have a decent amount of eggs just for scrambled eggs. Let me see if I can show you how much is left. See, that's like maybe half the bowl left. So we'll get a decent amount of eggs in this meal. With 5 eggs, pieces of bread, a bowl of cereal with some milk. I mean, I think we're gonna be doing pretty good for this meal. I think next time I have a rest day, I'm only gonna do one meal, but I'm gonna show you guys this protein shake that I do in the mornings. I talked about it in the car, but it's literally like a fucking cheat code. You put two scoops of your protein powder of choice. You do like 1 or 2 cups of milk, and then like 2 scoops. No, yeah, 2 cups of Greek yogurt. And with some fruit, you blend that shit up in there, dude. It's like 700 calories, which is like not too bad for a meal if you're like gonna do it as a meal. But dude, I think the protein was like fucking almost 100 grams or something. It's literally a cheat code. That is the like when I'm cutting, it is the best way for me to hit my protein intake because me personally, I like to eat right. So I don't want to eat less. I just want to eat better, if that makes sense. So I'm still in a caloric deficit while I'm in my cut. It's just I'm more strategical on what I eat. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to show you guys that shit because cut, bulk, whatever you want to do, that shit is a go-to to get your protein intake. Because I gotta hit fucking 220 grams of protein a day. You know what I mean? That shit's not gonna come sparse. So I gotta be smart with how I hit that shit. And people hate on liquid calories, especially when you're cutting, but that shit that shit's a legend. Love it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like personally, and I know this may be just be because I'm a big back, but I feel like bulking is so much easier for me because I just like to eat, right? I feel like cutting is more like you have to put it's not even hard in my opinion. It's just more of you have to be more strategical, like I said, with what you eat. So I'm just like damn, a honey bun at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not today. Not today. Do you know what I could get at 3 o'clock in the morning? A good ass motherfucking protein bar. Ah, you know what I'm saying? This goes crazy. All right. All right. This the second side has to sit for a little bit longer, but we're almost done with that. My tips for bulking, since we're on the bulk right now, I want to make sure that everybody's kind of caught up with me. My opinion for you is to try to spread out your meals, and instead of having like 3 meals, maybe like a like snack or two a day, what I would try to do is like in between breakfast and lunch have a meal, and then in between lunch and dinner have a meal. So you have 5 meals in comparison to the 3. And those second meals don't even have to be that big, but just try to up it up a little more. And throughout your bulk, don't, especially for first timers, do not try to go straight into I'm gonna eat X amount of calories. Like, oh, the fucking calculator says I have to eat I don't know, it's like 2,500 calories today. And you're used to eating like 1,400 or some shit. Don't go straight into that 2,500. If you're eating 1,500 calories a day and you're maintaining like this physique and you want to bulk, I would recommend starting off maybe like 300 extra calories from where you are right now. Try that for a week or two, see how you're feeling, and then if you feel like you're adjusted to that caloric intake, up it again, and just keep doing that until you hit the weight that you want to. Staying consistent in the gym, eating a fuck ton, and just rinsing and repeating that shit. Excuse me. That's how you'll succeed on the bulk. Consistency is above everything else in the when it comes to like bodybuilding and like strength building and shit. As long as you're consistent with your goals, like it, the results will follow suit every single time. Truly, it may not be as fast as you want to, but if you're just disciplined and you're really dedicated to the goal that you want to reach, whatever that may be, you'll be set. Like when I first started the gym, I was what, maybe like 180, but it was like 180 like skinny fat. You know what I mean? Like there was no muscle behind my fucking build. Um, but my main goal was to hit 315. So I would just stay consistent with the gym. And even on like days where I didn't want to go, I would go. You know what I mean? Try to hit something small at least. And yeah, I would just stay consistent. And then after maybe like a fucking year of staying consistent in the gym, um, my bench went from like 95 pounds to like 315. So you guys just have to stay committed on both in the gym and outside the gym. But you do that, y'all be good. Y'all be solid. All right, y'all. So these eggs are they're almost done. It's like maybe like a minute left, but I'm not gonna let y'all sit through that. I'm gonna switch over the camera to the table where I got the French toast, the eggs, and the cereal out, and I'll just start yapping from there. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and blast the macros for this meal right here. And yeah, I'm not gonna let you guys sit here and watch me eat for like 15, 20 minutes. I'll put on the time lapse. But after the time lapse, I'm gonna cut to lunch. And lunch we'll be having I'm gonna do the steak tacos and the sushi for lunch. But all right, guys, let's go. All right, y'all. Lunchtime. We're gonna get those steak tips now. They're not marinated, so I'm gonna marinate it real quick. Nothing too crazy. I'll probably put like some basic stuff, maybe a little bit of adobo, Italian spice, and just like salt and pepper. Nothing too crazy. Um, yeah, this shouldn't take that long to cook either. It's just like little cut up pieces of steak anyway. So we're gonna dump everything into the bowl. Let's maybe not put this part in there. That would be great. All right, here we go. Italian seasoning. Just a little bit. I don't want to go too crazy on this because it's a very dominant taste. So a little bit, just make sure we cover all of it. And then the old classics, salt and pepper. For my meats, I do like to try to use butter because like I feel like I'll sacrifice what 50 to 100 calories for a little bit extra taste, especially when I'm bulking, when I can afford to get rid of those calories or spend those calories rather. Put a little bit of butter in there. We're gonna wait for the pan to heat up, and then after the pan is all heated up, I will put the meat into the pan. Make sure I get this season all in real quick. Go. Mm-hmm. Boom. Perfect. All right, guys. I'll see you when the pan's heated up. Here we go. The pan is heated up with the butter. We're going to evenly spread that butter throughout the whole bottom of the pan. And go ahead and dump our meat in here. Boom. Awesome. I'm really looking forward to this. I think what I'm going to do is after all the meat is cooked and I get it out, I'm going to get like 4 of the carb balanced tortillas, the wraps, and I'm going to try to soak up all the juices into these while also warming them. We'll see how that turns out. Hopefully pretty good. All right, grabbing the spatula just so I can kind of evenly move everything out and around so it's all getting this butter. There we go. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna see if we got a top real quick just so I can put it on top. This hopefully should work. Majestic. What can I say? All right, y'all. I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. I'll get back to you guys when we're done. Meat's pretty much done cooking. I went ahead and grabbed 2 pieces of pepper jack cheese and just kind of stir it in with the meat, just because so we get a little more cheesiness to it. Like I said earlier, pepper jack cheese is my shit. Love it. I got a little bit. So from my personal experience, when it comes to cooking cheese in a pan, it's doable. But what you have to do is just constantly move it around because you let it stick or stay in one spot for a certain amount of time, it's just gonna stick to the pan. But you mess around with it enough, the cheese will not stick. Sorry, I had to lock in. Go. There we go. Perfect. All right. Give me a bowl. Get a bowl to put all this meat in. Boom. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I said what I was gonna do with the tortillas. And then I'll meet you guys at the table. I'm gonna have everything laid out, and we're gonna indulge in these steak tip tacos. All right, guys. We're good. Got the sushi right here, tortillas right here, steak right here, shake right here, and last but not least, macros right here. All right, guys. It's that time. We're gonna indulge. I'm gonna put on the time lapse. I'll see you guys for dinner. Hey guys, so I thought I'd put the time lapse on. Apparently I didn't. But I did finish everything, as you can see. My fault though. All right, y'all. Last meal of the day. We got our salmon. Cook it with some butter on the stove top. I'm probably not gonna put anything with the salmon just because the other two meals were kind of heavy, and I don't really feel like it's gonna be needed. So I'll just cook the salmon by itself and then eat it. Nice, good, and sweet. Boom. Yeah. Let's get this open. Get some scissors. All right, back with the scissors. So hard to open this. Oh, it's because it's plastic wrap. It's supposed to be opened like that. Okay. Here we go. Fillet number one. Good sizzle. And fillet number two. Beautiful. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let these cook for a minute, and I'll get back to you when they're almost done. Okay, so salmon is pretty much done. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Got that golden brown look to it. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this stuff, put it on the table, and then switch the camera around so you guys can see. All right, guys. Last meal of the day. Got the shake, got the fillets. Macros are right here. And it's time to indulge. Solid shit, solid shit. Put the time lapse on for real this time. And I'll see you guys afterwards. Alright guys, that's a full day eating for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you guys feel about this style of content in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you guys for our next gym session. Remember, eat, sleep, repeat.